He accidentally tapped the dying alien princess, and her royal family wept. Chapter 1: The Battlefield. Private James Kellan had never asked to be here. He'd enlisted for steady pay, not for the chaos of the Orion Wars. But the battlefield didn't care about motives. It only cared about blood. Smoke and ash choked the valley where the Alliance had clashed with the rebels. Bodies, human and alien alike, littered the ground. Kellan stumbled through the wreckage, searching for survivors, his medic pack thumping against his side. That's when he saw her. She was no ordinary soldier. Her armor gleamed with gold filigree, now cracked and scorched. Her skin shimmered faintly under the dim light, the pale silver hue of the Seraphis royal line. A princess. Her chest rose shallowly, each breath weaker than the last. Chapter 2: The Touch. Kellan froze. He wasn't supposed to be here. Medics had orders: save your own, not them. Especially not her. But something in her face, a strange, fragile calm, moved him. Against every regulation, he knelt. Her eyes fluttered open, luminous and alien, pupils narrowing as they met his. "You," she whispered. The word rasped like wind over broken glass. Kellan hesitated. His hands shook. He didn't know the Seraphis tongue, but he understood pain. He reached out, almost without thinking, and placed his hand gently against hers. It was a simple gesture. A human's reflex to offer comfort. But the moment their skin touched, her body convulsed. Her eyes widened. Light burst from her wounds, searing bright. And then, silence. Her chest stopped rising. Her head fell back. She was gone. Chapter 3: The Weeping. Kellan staggered back in horror. He hadn't meant to hurt her. He had only touched her. Shouts echoed from the ridge. Figures in royal armor descended, her guard, her family. The Seraphis Emperor himself was among them, his presence unmistakable. His crown shimmered like molten silver, his eyes fierce and proud. Beside him, her mother, cloaked in mourning black, already trembling as if she knew. They reached her body. The Emperor knelt, cradling his daughter, his face breaking into grief. The Empress wailed, a sound that tore through the valley like a blade. The Seraphis did not weep in public. Their culture prized control, composure. But here, before his people, the Emperor wept openly, tears streaking down his face. And all eyes turned to Kellan. Chapter 4: The Accusation. "You," a guard snarled, stepping forward. His spear crackled with plasma. "You touched her." Kellan's heart pounded. He raised his hands. I was trying to help. She was dying already. I swear." The Emperor silenced the guard with a raised hand. His gaze fixed on Kellan, sharp as a blade. "You touched her," he repeated, voice hoarse. "Do you know what that means, human?" Kellan shook his head, throat dry. "I don't, I was just." "She passed her soul to you." Chapter 5: The Weight. The words didn't register at first. Then they sank in, cold and heavy. The Seraphis believed in soul binding, an ancient rite where the dying passed their essence to one they trusted most. It was not done lightly. It was not accidental. Kellan's hand trembled where it had brushed hers. He felt nothing unusual, no spark, no warmth. Just his own shaking skin. But the Emperor knew. He could see it. "My daughter chose you," he said, voice breaking. "Her last act was you." The Empress collapsed against her husband, sobbing. The guards, once ready to kill, lowered their weapons in stunned silence. And Kellan, ordinary, unwanted, out-of-place Kellan, stood frozen, bearing the impossible weight of a princess's last choice. Chapter 6: The Burden. In the hours that followed, the battlefield was abandoned. A truce was declared, both sides stunned by what had occurred. Kellan was escorted to the Seraphis capital, not as a prisoner, not quite as a guest, but as something in between. Everywhere he walked, eyes followed him. Murmurs spread, the Soulbearer. The one chosen. The human with royal essence. He couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her face. That moment when her eyes had locked on his, when her light had burned, when her chest had gone still. Why him? A nobody. A soldier who didn't even belong here. Chapter 7. The Memory. It began with dreams. At first, fleeting flashes, a garden of silver trees, laughter like music, the scent of rain on crystal spires. Then, clearer. He stood in her childhood chambers, watching through her eyes as tutors bowed, as guards saluted. He felt her loneliness, her longing to be free of duty. And then, the battlefield. He saw himself, through her gaze. A human, battered, frightened, but reaching out anyway. And she had chosen. Chapter 8. The Trial. The Seraphis Council summoned him. This is an abomination, one declared. A human cannot carry royal essence. He is unworthy, another hissed. The soul must be reclaimed. But the emperor shook his head. It is done. Her choice is sealed. Even I cannot undo it. The empress, eyes red with grief, stared at Kellan. If you carry her, then prove it. Speak her words. Kellan's throat tightened. He didn't know what to say. But then, like a whisper in his mind, he heard her. And he spoke. He recited a line of Seraphis poetry only the royal family knew. Words her mother had sung to her as a child. The empress broke into fresh sobs. The council fell silent. The truth was undeniable. Chapter 9. The Legacy. Kellan never asked for this. But the Seraphis demanded he fulfill it. He was now bound to their princess. Her memories lived in him. Her essence guided him. Every decision, every step, was watched. Some revered him. Others hated him. Many feared him. Yet in the quiet of his mind, her voice lingered. Not commanding, not haunting, but gentle. You are not alone, she whispered. Carry me, and I will carry you. And though Kellan didn't understand why she had chosen him, he resolved not to waste it. Chapter 10. The Weeping Again. On the anniversary of her death, the Seraphis gathered for mourning. The Emperor and Empress stood before their people, and Kellan was brought forward. He carried no crown, no armor, only the memory of her touch. When the moment came, he placed his hand over his chest, where he felt her most strongly, and bowed. And then, in her voice, through his lips, he spoke. Do not weep for me. I am not gone. I walk still, where he walks. The crowd broke into tears. The emperor bowed his head. The empress wept openly. And Kellan felt her presence like a steady flame within him. Epilogue. The Soulbearer. He had been a nobody. A soldier lost in a war he didn't understand. But with a single touch, a dying princess had changed everything. The galaxy would remember her death. But it would also remember her choice. And the boy who carried her soul would walk forever under the weight of it, both burden and blessing. The human who made the royal family weep.